Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast. I am, as always, your host, Don the Jeweler. And with me is the man who puts the fun in the underfunded podcast, Mr. Corey Chan. Make some noise.
Howdy.
How
How's
you
it going,
doing,
Grant?
brother? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. How you
Yeah,
doing?
not bad, not bad. I wasn't joking about being underfunded. We're still looking for sponsors.
Yeah, no doubt.
Actually, a company reached out to me. They said they were a condom company. I didn't know what it was, so I turned it down. But
Uh, Fair enough.
I'm kidding. So how was your weekend, man?
I was all right, man. It's pretty chill. You know what I mean? Just
Fantastic,
hung out,
fantastic.
took it
Yeah.
easy, and then I actually went and checked out my first Winnipeg Ice WHL game, man. Western Hockey League
Okay.
game. Yeah, it was good. It was really
I,
good. Very
and that's
entertaining.
that's all across the second tier, right? Like the
Western
NHL and the
Canada.
KHL are the top of the world, and then the next level down
This
is
is
this.
no, this is dub. This is where you try to make your way to the end.
Okay, like ECHL is on the same level as
Like,
this.
no, this is not getting paid. This is junior hockey.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh, like
So,
like we got Ramuski and
yes, in the queue. Yeah, this is the dub.
okay.
So this is the West Coast Hockey League. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And how was that? How'd they do?
It was entertaining, man. It was really good hockey. They're first in their in the league and dominating their division. So it was very very entertaining.
That's cool.
And
That's cool.
yeah, it was nice, man. It was nice. It was really good. Food
Mm,
was good. Beverages were good. Atmosphere was good. It was a good time. And they won.
fa- Fantastic. I went to a Laval Rockets game not so long ago, and the atmosphere is fantastic.
Yeah, I heard, man. I heard that rink's actually really nice.
There's not a bad seat in the place. It's half of the bell, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right, eh?
So half of the bell is 10,000. You don't have to put an upper deck in,
Yeah, no doubt,
you
for
know.
sure.
And
Which also
hockey,
makes another.
hockey, you
Which
feel like you're
also
kind of floating over the top of it, and it doesn't look great.
true, true. No, very. But
Mhm.
that Laval rink too. That also makes more room for more concerts to come that way. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
man.
so I was there for Panic at the Disco. I was there for
Hmm.
hockey. I was there for wrestling, and we never had
Nice.
a bad seat in the house.
Like WWE wrestling?
Yeah, it was like a house show.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah, and
Awesome, man.
it's right up in here in Laval. So Sami Zayn, he's a WWE superstar. He's from Laval, and he's actually a really
Oh,
friendly guy.
really?
I've met him.
Nice. Nice.
I have a friend who bumped into him at a Mountain Goats concert. You know, not exactly
Cool, man.
five finger death punch, like So like, yeah, and he's a really nice
No,
guy. But he was playing a heel at the time, so he comes out. He's like, "I want to tell all you little kids coming out of Laval, if you could do one thing, get out of Laval and stay out of Laval. I hate it here." And everyone's like, "Boo!" But then
nice.
after he
That's
got his
cool.
butt kicked, everyone was cheering him, and it was a good time.
Nice, nice. Hey, how
Yeah,
was your
man.
weekend, man? What'd you get up to?
So I actually went to the chalet with a couple of work friends. Yeah,
Nice.
once a
And
year we
back
get all the
here,
boys together, and
for all you people back here, a chalet is a cabin. Just so you
yeah,
know. Just so
yeah. But it's
you
cooler because it's like a silent T. It's fancier when you say
know.
chalet. A
Fair
croissant. A croissant is a French donut.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. So, anyways, went up there. Literally, a quick get there at noon, get out the next day by noon, and it was cool, man. Big UFC, Volkanovski,
Yeah, it was a pretty wild
The
card.
boy Aljamain Sterling,
That was a
quieted
that
all
was
his doubters.
there was a Canadian kid in there too, man.
Yeah, I saw. I think it was you who posted that the Moose hosted a after party so they could watch the Winnipeg kid fight.
Yeah, because his brother plays for the Moose.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, man.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, very cool of them to do that.
Dana White always said, he goes, this sport is going to be the biggest thing in the world one day. He goes,
And
he goes
it's gone.
to play hockey, you need fancy shoes and a stick. If you need play baseball, you need a bat and a glove. To play this, you need that. He goes, this is fighting. All you got to do is
Yeah,
show up and hit the guy, and they do that
exactly.
in every single country in the world. Anywhere there's two
Yeah,
people, you could have a fight.
this is true.
Hmm. Yeah, the
Oh man,
UFC's a hell of a product. Your boy Nick
it is.
Diaz is supposed to be back too. I heard he's coming back at the end of the year.
Yes, I read an article today about that on BJ Penn. It's pretty cool. I like the
Yeah,
Diaz brothers. They're very entertaining people to watch.
absolutely. So
Definitely put on your.
I've been wanting to talk about this since the last time we spoke. I went to a concert on last Thursday.
Yes, you do.
Mariana at Club Soda, which is I mean, I could say legendary Montreal venue.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
know,
up
they
there for sure.
like how many bands have come through Montreal and played Soda when they were nobody, and then they go on to do stadiums and all that.
Yep.
And the Club
Yep.
Soda, man, I've been to I don't know how many shows at this place. So and it felt good, man. We got out, so it was Mariana's Trench, and opening for them was Fifi Dobson.
Which is crazy because like you haven't heard from Fifi Dobson in like years, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well,
It's
apparently
awesome.
she put out a new. I guess it was label trouble or whatever. But I guess
Mhm.
she's on a new label, and it was basically the hit parade. But whatever, man. Like Fifi Dot, you forget she has like 8, 9 tunes. Maybe not eight,
Oh,
but
well, yeah, for sure,
at
absolutely.
least
And then
4 or 5 you're gonna recognize when you hear them.
I mean, she's kind of been
Yeah.
laying low in the America for a while since she's married to Yellow Wolf.
I know. I thought that's so weird, but kind of fitting.
Crazy. Yeah, no doubt, right? Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like I'm sure they
They've been
met at
together
like
for
a
years
Warp
too.
Tour or some festival.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely came across each other's paths somewhere like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's Fifi's new label. She signed to Shady 2.0. Actually, at this point, it's like 4.0. Yeah.
Yeah, no
So
kidding.
anyway, so we always have the same every time Marianne's Trench comes to town. We always go me, my wife Taryn, her friend Alicia,
Mm.
and our friend Liz, and we always go together. We call ourselves the Trench Crew. I don't care if
So
it's
you got
corny.
your own
It's one of my
squad.
favorite things to be a part of in the whole world. But we always go to the Marianne's Trench show. So Taryn drove down. We get downtown, and there's a bakery in Chinatown that she loves.
Hmm.
So from the parking lot, we parked at Place des Arts and we walk over, and it's just strolling the streets and like the hustle and the vibe of just people talking, going by, and people
Nice.
hollering at this and that, and the hum of the lights, and just seeing all the
Just
signs and I don't know the
just nice to get
smells.
out, eh?
It's like the city was vibrating in a way it hadn't vibrated in a long time.
Well, it's been a
The
minute.
life is back. Normal things. Hey, you want to go down to the corner and get that thing we like? Hey, you want to go down to here and just walk about?
Exactly.
It doesn't seem like people are being forced into downtown. They're returning on their own, which is a
Yep.
fantastic thing.
That is
So,
fantastic.
yeah, we're walking the streets and just such a good feeling. Get inside. The thing was sponsored by Jim Beam.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
But let me tell you something. It wasn't even about that. So we get in. I mean, obviously, I had a few of them. I mean, I am a gentleman
Mhm.
after all. It'd be rude not to.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. And then we get in there, and then Fifi Dobson goes, and we're upstairs, and she's just rocking and killing it. And then we're like, okay, let's move downstairs. So we go down at intermission. I go outside, have a little light herbal refreshment, and then I come back in. Excuse me. I come back in, and boom, the lights drop, and Mariana's Trench starts playing, and it's the song Ever After from the
Nice.
from the album Ever After, and it's the opener. And it's this big operatic, just fucking soulful, screaming, rip your heart out, just like 7 minute song, and just it starts, and like it felt like 2 years of being locked up and stressed and just up to my eyes just exploded out of me, and I was screaming as loud as I could every word, and I got tears pouring down my face, and I was just like, by the end of that show I felt so
Oh,
refreshed and replenished. I felt like I had an iron brick off of my chest and shoulders. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
man. For
It
sure.
was
Yeah,
like
it was definitely like it was like the therapy you needed. You know what I mean?
absolutely, bro.
Yes.
It's like you go through life, and when you get these beautiful moments of emotion and passion and just fucking feeling like you're yourself, just feeling good. When you get those check-in moments, it helps you carry the load of the everyday and the stress that we have. And we put together 2.5
Totally.
years of just rough goings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nope, for sure, man. Like concerts just do that in general, I find. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I just get there and like it's just like I don't know, like just a wave of like good vibes and emotion and just awesome, man. Just like
There is,
totally oof.
bro.
It's like I'm in a different
There's
place. You know what I mean?
absolutely it takes you to a
Love it.
place, and it's a shared experience between you and the 1,000 people or 5,000 or 60,000, depending on where
Mhm.
you are that are there.
Mhm.
You're all pointed at the same direction, and there's this one fucker screaming at all of you, and you're screaming
Yeah.
as hard as you can back at him.
It's
You know what I mean?
it's
And it's
awesome,
just
man. It's nuts. It's
and I feel
nuts.
great.
Yeah.
I feel like I could float. It was such a great feeling. And
Yeah. Yeah. I know the feeling, man. It's good. It's real
It
good
helps you take a load off, trust me.
for
But yeah,
sure, man.
so I was really happy to do that, and hopefully I could do it again a little more often. You know,
Nice.
like we discussed a couple of times ago, we got a few shows lined up, and
Got one coming up this Friday, man. I'm
yeah.
looking forward to.
But
So
still, I will always strongly recommend going to a concert, but I strongly recommend just going and just screaming, just hollering.
well, yeah, just let it out. Yep,
Yeah.
just let it all.
Oh, and a weird side check mark in my life, I wore earplugs for the first time at a show, and I
You
felt
know,
great afterwards.
I guess with getting up in age, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to enjoy it, right?
Well, with DJing, right? You know, like if I'm not in
True.
the booth
True.
with like this, like an idiot, like with the song blasting in my head, and on the other side I hear
True.
the current song that's going on, that's pounding in your head the whole time you're in the booth, and when you're out the booth, you're out with the regular people, and it's just loud,
True.
right? So
Thought
you
about that.
mean
That's pretty cool right now. Yep.
you put together enough nights of that, and your ears start getting sore after a
For
concert,
sure.
especially. So I
For
wore
sure.
earplugs. It sounded perfect. You know what I mean? It just wasn't crushing my skull, but you could still feel the bass kicking you in the chest and all that, right?
All that matters. Yeah, that's
You
all
know,
that
so
matters.
I enjoyed it, and you know what? My ears thanked me for it.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Yeah, yeah. That is the wisdom of old age.
Yeah, no kidding, man, for sure. Just getting wiser with your old age, bro. That's awesome.
Well, I don't know, man. It seems wasteful. Like I can't hear at 50 years old because
Hmm.
I spent too many nights spinning on a Friday night and just hammering it. Like,
Yeah, no
yeah.
kidding.
But
No
hey, if you're
kidding.
not redlining, you're not headlining. So it's part of the biz, baby. Yeah.
Oh man, no kidding. No kidding. Oh, so
You got something to sip on?
just you know what, man? Taking her easy, bro. Literally drinking some good old water.
There
No
you go.
joke.
Can't go wrong. Agua.
Not gonna lie to you, I had a green tea prior to this start of this episode today.
Really? I like green tea.
Mhm. Mm. Need a cleanse from the weekend.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Some refresh.
gotta get your liver back online.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like green tea when like I don't need the urgency of coffee.
You know,
You know, sometimes you're dragging and you just need the coffee to kick you in the skull and to keep going.
mhm, like I totally get that, yes. But I do find the tea a little more refreshing. Like just recently, I started indulging in a little more tea because I was hanging around with some family, and it was like every day, a cup of
Hmm.
tea in the afternoon or just after dinner or something.
Just like
So I
OG
don't know.
Tetley Red Rose. Like,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And just some good old Earl Grey, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
add a little milk in there, you're good. Like just,
Mm,
yep, good, good. I don't know,
yeah.
something about it. Just enjoying the teas the last little bit here, man. So
Yeah. You know, I always found it so weird that you take like these herbs and these leaves and you soak them in water and then you just drown them in milk and sugar.
yeah, you know what? These
Like,
days, I don't even touch the sugar when it comes to stuff like that. I used
yeah.
to, but
I drink my coffee
coffee,
black, man.
same with me, man.
Hmm.
On weekends, on the special occasion, maybe add a little Baileys or whatever
Oh
cream. I
well, yeah,
little coconut milk, get a little fancy,
absolutely.
little,
You know, when you get to that point in the holidays where coffee tastes weird without bourbon in it, you're like,
right? Yeah, just like, oof,
did they
yeah.
burn the beans?
It does off.
Yeah.
I get a bad batch.
Oh, forget it.
Oh man,
So
too good.
there was a travesty at the Oscars.
Yes, there was very
I'm talking
interesting.
about We Don't Talk About Bruno not being nominated for Best Original Song.
Right? Jeez,
Like, who's even on these freaking panels? Like
I
it's
don't know.
ridiculous.
I don't
Billie
know, man.
Eilish.
I
Like
don't
what?
know.
You do a Bond song, you get a free Oscar? Like
Pretty
what?
much, this is what it seems
Yeah.
like, man.
There was a song from Encanto nominated though. Dos I don't know how to say it correctly. Oglietos, I believe it is.
Sure,
It's not one of the bangers. Yo, We Don't Talk About Bruno's a banger. Surface Pressure's a banger. Family Madrigal is fucking Disney classic as they make them.
never watched the movie yet, so I don't know.
Well, I strongly suggest it, and let me tell you something. It smokes whatever Billie Eilish did for James Bond. I like her. I
Okay,
like her
sure.
stuff, but come on.
Yeah, well, I
No,
mean,
of course we're talking about Will Smith. What do you?
yeah,
Okay,
the
so what did you think when you first saw it?
I was completely in awe. Like I was like, there's no way that this really happened. There's no way. And
Mm-hmm.
then the internet just blew up within like minutes. Like
Yeah.
I was getting messages sent left and right from people and like, check this out, all different mixed reactions from other people and stuff. Like my initial reaction though was just like, there's no
Yeah,
way.
I was shocked. We had
There's
just finished
no-
recording episode 4.
yes.
We just
Yeah.
finished recording, and I took my phone off of D&D, and then I
Yep.
look, what the fuck?
I know, man. I
Huh?
was totally blown away, all because of a joke. I mean, that was taken uh to heart. I guess it offended
Mhm.
Will Smith. Uh, I guess it was his final straw. We'll say. I mean,
It,
from the
if we
whole.
were sitting in the bar and you told me that, hey, did you hear Will Smith smack Chris Rock at the Oscars? I'd be like, bullshit.
So, well, right, like
And
that.
you know what was also
I'm
cool? The meme Mind Hive. They
yes.
didn't have any information, and they're already memeing, and it's slaying. And every single time a morsel of information comes out, there's a million more awesome memes.
So, like, what do you think about that whole situation, though? What is your opinion on what happened there?
All right. First of all,
Like, break it down. Let's hear.
okay. First of all, Chris Rock has said some ungodly things in his career,
Absolutely.
and
Hmm.
he is celebrated as, some would say, the GOAT. He is celebrated as one of the greatest of all time. This
He's
is
up
the
there for sure. Yeah.
Oscars. This is a night of celebration, celebrating excellence. And yeah, I know
Hmm.
there's a whole bunch of people who are going to say it's a giant wank, and I get that. But if you respect what people think is the height of the art craft, then the Oscars is it. Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett know each other,
Yes.
right? They
Well.
work together on Madagascar, which we're
Hmm.
not going to get Madagascar 5 now. Like, fuck, what? Because they're beefing? Anyways, they know each other. Jada Pinkett's shaved her head previously. She's had ultra short hair throughout her life. And
Yeah, she's
apparently,
definitely
Chris
healthy.
Rock didn't know she was sick. That being said, it is a joke at the Oscars. You don't get up and smack somebody off of a stand up. He's a stand up comedian. The history of stand up comedy is going after the fucking lowest hanging fruit possible and just trying to be as funny as possible with it.
That's how it's been over the years,
You make
right?
a
I mean,
GI
I don't
Jane joke.
know.
That joke wasn't funny in
It
'91. Uh, you- like, come on. And then he gets up
I
and
don't
he
know,
hits
man.
him.
I mean, I don't know. There's many ways to look at that, right? Like, I mean, there's like for instance, I can see both sides of it. I really can. But
Now,
to do that on national television, like to actually physically assault a man on national TV
well, there's
in the
that.
position that you are, like the person that you are, to do that to someone else who's actually like a friend of yours and you know personally in front of like millions of people
Chris
like
Rock would
watching
sue for
the
50
world,
million and get it.
like
What
ouch, like I
what
mean,
happens if Chris Rock show doesn't sell out because people are like, oh, we got slapped by Will Smith?
uh,
What does that do his career?
it's
Anyways,
not doing it. It's actually helping his show sell out quicker.
of course, of course.
Yeah.
What I wanted, my initial thing I was going to say was, if you're in that same position where he wasn't attacking his wife, he was making a crack,
Well, yeah, for sure.
right? Now,
Hmm.
you know, we don't exactly come from the fanciest place in the world. If somebody disrespects your wife in front of a room full of people, you're going to act a way about it. And I understand that. And I'm not condoning the violence of it, but like, you, I don't know. If Chris Rock had malicious intent, maybe he thought
Yeah.
nothing will happen. He can
Yeah.
make it, but that wasn't the intent. It was a bad joke. It was corny.
It
It's
was.
Chris
It
Rock.
was.
Chris Rock is better than that.
He meant no harm by it, and that's the thing. Like to me, he
Yeah.
meant no harm by it.
And
None.
then Will Smith gets up and he hits him, and then he starts screaming and whatever.
He
And
made
then
it
the
to me. Will
tears, he
Smith is
gets
like,
his Oscar and all this. And I can't help but think the damage that has been done to Will Smith over the last year or two
Well, this is
publicly
it. Like
has to have him acting this way, right?
you
Like
you you li- like you seen him laugh when Chris Rock first said it,
Mhm.
and then you seen the look on his wife's. The camera panned over to his wife's face. She was not impressed. Camera panned back to Chris. Next, you know, Will Smith comes walking up on stage.
Mm.
Obviously, wifey must have gave him the look like, "Hey, that's not right. Do something about it."
Yeah.
And that was definitely like
Okay.
you were about to say.
Yeah, but
That
what
was the
does
last
Jack
straw.
Nicholson get up and kick the shit out of Billy Crystal?
I'm not saying it's right. I
You
like
know?
it's just I just think Will Smith is like you're about to say has had enough of
Yeah.
just his whole family
Yeah.
in general, man.
He
Like,
he also he also took advantage of that situation. Like he is a lot bigger than Chris Rock. Chris Rock ain't just gonna freaking
hell
pop
yeah.
him.
Like
Anyways,
West Philly came out that night in him, bro. Just
good.
like
Born
just
and
wow,
raised.
shit, man. West Philly just came out.
Yeah.
Woo,
This goes
shit.
back, and I am 100% aware of. I'm going to use one of the hot button words. There has been a lot of bad shit done through toxic masculinity in
Mm-hmm.
the world, and especially in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
However, Jada Pinkett Smith has put together some of the most horrendous behavior and treatment of Will Smith over the last. I mean, if you look back to certain videos, she's been treating him like shit for years, and
This guy,
and the embarrassment that he suffered over the last few years, and now this,
yeah,
it has him acting so outside of himself.
a fool.
Only someone really broken, and someone who's been called all kinds of ungodly names over the last little while.
Mm-hmm.
Only a man who's that hurt and that busted up inside would be acting like this. No.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Like he is definitely had enough. Like this guy worships the ground his wife walks on, like literally. Like, but probably lays roses out for her when she walks in the house so she can step on him, man. You know what I mean?
He
Like he
told
loves his wife,
he
loves her.
does.
And this woman has just chewed him up and spat him out multiple
Hmm.
times, man, like a piece of bubble gum. Rough. Just not a very and to hear people say that this is his ride or die,
Hmm.
come on, ain't no ride or die would do half the shit
Well,
she's done to him.
hold on, hold on. Will Smith is a human being like you and me. I'm sure a lot of people listening have, been in a situation where they thought, if I love him hard and long enough, eventually they'll love me the same amount. And
Mm,
anyone who's ever been in that situation knows that's not how it plays out. Someone's mind doesn't change. She loves him
absolutely.
as much as she loves him, and that's all it's ever going to
Mm,
be.
yeah. Like it'll
Excuse me.
never his
But
love for her will
he
never her love for him will never equal his love for her, man, ever.
she's also used his embarrassment to springboard herself in popularity and stuff. That whole
I
the whole
think
thing,
so.
the whole August Alsina thing, that didn't have to go down on her YouTube channel.
No, it didn't. Why it didn't? It was obviously to get her noticed, man. It had to
Yeah.
have been to get her name out there again. I don't know. Like she did not have to do that the way she
Will
did it, man.
Smith knew how hurt he was by it, how hurt he would be talking about it,
Yep.
and the Will Smith crying meme became something. It became something so commonplace in the internet that like it's barely funny when you see new ones anymore. That face, and that's his heart breaking. Remember in The Simpsons where Lisa breaks up with Ralph at the Krusty
Yep.
special, and
Yep.
Bart's like you can see his heart snap in half,
Just
right
halfway
here.
here.
Like, and she has
Yeah, for
springboarded
sure.
herself off of his heartbreak and destruction.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
yeah, this is awful. This is
Oh
abuse.
yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
this
For
this is
sure.
like all those hot button words that you want to use: gaslighting and mental abuse and verbal abuse and
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. I mean, this isn't like me speculating on two celebrities I've never heard of. There's video evidence of her like just treating him badly.
Like horrible.
Yeah. So
Like
Will Smith didn't smack Chris Rock that night.
no, that was her.
You know what I
That
mean?
was yeah, that yep,
He
absolutely, man.
and
That
he
was not
spends so much time hearing her in the press talking about how much she loved Tupac Shakur and how he was this like she feels like he was the love of her life and like they were never intimate but they loved each other deeply and blah 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 blah. She talks about Tupac over and over and over and over. Will Smith is emulating something Tupac would have done. I know this is an awful thing to say, but where did Tupac's behavior get him?
nowhere.
A one of the brightest lights not only hip hop music has ever seen, but he could have been one of the greatest assets to not only his community but any community. He was a
Yes,
leader of men,
absolutely.
and he was dead in his early
Absolutely.
20s because
Yes, he was.
because I mean, you could speculate on what happened with Tupac, but you see the
Mhm.
video evidence in the casino. They kicked the hell out of a
Yep.
gang member, and I don't know if you've seen any movies about gang members in Los Angeles, but they don't take that shit lightly.
No, no, they don't.
So now Will Smith, the guy, the Fresh Prince, the guy that we love, who's never been nothing but friendly for the most part and giving us heartfelt performances, he's getting up and slapping stand-up comedians, a comedian himself at the Oscars. How deep are her claws in his heart?
Dude, I swear to God, Will Smith would kill for this woman.
He would kill for her.
For all the wrong reasons. I
Yeah,
tell you that right now. Like it's
yeah.
crazy. This
You
woman,
know,
yeah, it like the thing is the way I see it, no matter what he does for his wife, she will never be happy. Ever.
maybe, maybe not. I'm not trying to discredit the years they spent together. Maybe he's put her through all kinds of shit. Likely, he's likely done his own garbage to her and stuff too. But I mean, I don't know. I don't have any documentation of that. I just see the behavior of Jada with Will Smith that they offer. She puts her YouTube out stuff for us to look at and critique,
Yep.
right? This isn't me
Yep.
speculating on them. This is pretty straight line logic. You see how she treats him and the damage it does to him. So when he starts freaking out, smacking people, when he wins the highest award in the freaking art form, he just
Yeah.
smacked somebody in the face 10 minutes ago.
It
The
was just out of character for sure, man.
he is hurt. I
Yeah.
feel awful for Will Smith, and
So do I,
I
man.
mean, yeah, yeah, exactly. Their kids' names are Jaden and Willow. Like,
No kidding.
you
No
know,
kidding.
like the like how much do they love themselves?
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt. I mean, I don't know.
yeah,
Hopefully Will can find himself again. I heard there's
yeah,
movies backed up because of him and stuff and
yeah.
all this
But
stuff because of that whole incident. But you know what's another nail in this coffin though, man?
what's that?
The fact that that August guy has actually got an album out talking about that affair, man.
Oh,
Like his first single off that new album is talking about that affair. It
yeah.
is,
Well, he put out one last year, but I think that this whole album is going to be about it.
yeah,
Yeah,
this whole album's supposed to be, yep.
yeah. That okay. So that lends to the setup a little bit. Like, did he
Hmm.
have this album done and he was just waiting for the right time, or you know, did Will Smith slap Chris Rock? Because so okay, I don't put on your tinfoil hat, but so they're saying that because Pfizer was the main sponsor at the Oscars, they're coming out with a brand new alopecia medication.
Oh my God.
Jada
I heard about
Smith
this.
has alopecia.
Yeah.
Will Smith gets up and smacks Chris Rock, and it reverberates across the world. Do you think they go to that level just to push an alopecia medication?
I don't know about that one.
I don't think
I
so.
mean, I just,
And then
I just
August's
can't wrap
album's
my
coming
mind.
right behind the shoot. Like,
Yeah, I can't wrap my mind around something like that. I mean, you hope that's not the case, right? I mean,
yeah,
but me personally, I don't think
yeah,
they do something like that, man.
yeah. Plus the implications. August Alsina was
Yeah,
friends with Jaden, and that's why he was hanging around
yeah,
the
they were
house.
like good homies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good homies.
Hey, Mrs.
So
Smith, can I have some milk and cookies? Like,
I got a question for you, Grant.
hold
If
on. Let
this
me finish this
really,
thought. Let me finish this thought. So Jaden brings August Alsina over, and that goes down, and it's an entanglement.
yes,
What happens when Will Smith goes sniffing around one of Willow's 19-year-old friends?
exactly, my friend, he'd be doing jail time.
I mean, the world would react as well as they should with how
He,
awful Hollywood celebrities and big stars use their positions to, you know, take advantage of younger females and all of that. Now, I'm not saying August Alsina was taken advantage of at all. What I am
no,
saying is if Will Smith got caught dicking around with one of Willow's little friends, they would
yep.
burn him to the ground. Look,
Oh, he'd be
Hollywood is a
toast.
cesspool. There's a lot of shitty stuff that goes on in Hollywood. But with the Me Too movement, they've been taken to task. A lot of these guys are getting punished. Epstein, not Epstein, Weinstein at the top. He
Weinstein,
was one of the
yes.
biggest perpetrators, and he, you know, the hammer came down.
Oh yeah.
A lot of guys went away, maybe not prison, but their careers evaporated.
Mhm.
Now, there's something to be said about
Absolutely.
that going too far about certain things, but if you use your power to have sex with young, you know, up and coming starlets, you're doing something wrong.
Yes,
That's not
absolutely.
debatable. So if Will Smith
Yeah,
was banging around with one of Willow's little friends, it would have been the end of the world. But because
it would have.
August Alsina is tatted up and he's an R&B singer, nobody bats an eye about Jada's entanglement.
No one.
Yeah,
No one. Like that
no one.
story came and went so quick. It was crazy. It was in and out of the
Yeah.
media fast.
Yeah, it was. But guess what? It was on our YouTube channel, and we saw the heartbreak of our man Willie.
We did. Yes, we did.
Terrible. But you know what? I think there's going to be a silver lining here because the Academy banned him for 10 years. So I
10
think
years.
like nothing he produces, writes, stars in, or whatever can be considered for Oscars.
Yes.
But look at this: do Bright 2, do another Men in Black,
Yep.
maybe Bad Boys 4.
Yeah.
You know, if you take 6 months off in between, that's already what, 4 or 5 years. None of those are going to get nominated for an Oscar.
But you're still racking some cake, though, for
And you're
sure.
still Will Smith, and you're still putting out hits. But yo, give us some sequels.
No doubt. No doubt.
You
He
know,
does have
get
some movies that he could definitely do sequels on for sure.
absolutely Hitch 2.
I would love to see Hitch, man. Or even what's that? Hancock. Hancock would be deadly.
That would be all right. But you're
Yeah.
not gonna. Are you gonna put 200 million behind Will Smith today? No. In 5 years. Oh. In 5 or 6 years, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I hear you on that one, I guess. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Willie's
So
kind of gonna be laying low for a while, I think, my friend.
yeah, his suspension from the Oscars means nothing.
No, I don't think so either,
I
man.
don't care about that at all. And you know what?
I don't.
Hopefully he heals off this. Hopefully he changes what he's been and what he's been dealing with.
You you know what? That guy's been dragged through so much dirt already, man. I'm pretty sure he'll be just fine.
Yeah. And not for nothing, but we got to be loyal to the home team. He's a rapper. He's one of our
Yeah.
guys. We got to stand up
Yes.
for him.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know.
Never heard a man swear so much for a guy who never swears in his
Yeah.
rap music.
Yeah, Will Smith's given me nothing but 30 years of goodwill and good credit. Like,
Yeah, true. Yeah. He's
Will Smith slapped him, man. Oh, something must be up. Not,
obviously
oh, there
something.
goes Will Smith smacking a guy again. Like,
Yeah, no, exactly.
he's not Wayne Brady. Like,
Like I said, totally out of character. It was it
is,
was it was just a shock. Just a pure
yeah,
shock when I seen that.
is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? Like, it's amazing.
Uh,
It's amazing how far comedy has changed because, like, you can't.
it's way different these days.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's because
I don't know.
society's
I don't know
changed.
how Chappelle's show it exists in the world today.
Like I don't know,
It
man.
doesn't. He ate so much shit, right?
Like well, yes, 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 he did. Like imagine the Kings of Comedy coming out now. Would never work. Would never work. Never work.
Yeah. And a lot of stand-up comedians are. Oh, that's the last thing. So, yeah, I don't know if we just have it wrong with Jada. Maybe we got it all
Mhm.
wrong, but I don't think so. I hope Will's been the good guy for the last 30 years.
Yep.
So, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
not going to walk away from Will. I think this shines a very harsh light on, the way men are treated. A lot of women are
Mhm.
treated like shit, no question. Some men get treated
Absolutely.
bad too. And, this is at the highest level and the highest visibility. The planet watches the Oscars.
The planet was watching the Oscars
Yeah.
that night. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just unfortunate. But
Very
coming out of
unfortunate.
that, Will Smith needs to watch his ass now because Chris Rock has a crew. Kevin James can fight.
This is true.
He rolls
This
with the
hey,
Sandman.
no. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with Adam Sandler. I nope. Wouldn't trust that
No.
man.
The Sandman makes sure he has a basketball court on every single shoot he does.
Yo,
Every movie
if
he's
you
on,
trust-
he does a basketball court and he plays in between takes instead of sitting
yeah.
around. He just plays basketball. He's in
Mhm.
great shape.
And to be honest with you, I'd be more terrified of people like those little guys like David Spade and what's that other guy from the movie The Animal and stuff. He's always with those guys too.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I'd be worried about those crazy little guys. I bet you those men
Yeah,
can't trust those little guys.
yeah,
They'd be all over.
Rob Schneider carries a blade for sure. Like, keeps it in his cheek.
Yeah, right. Straight in his cheek. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Oh, you know what? I like anger management a lot, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, come on, you
Mm-hmm.
can't. Uh,
Who was
I
across
can
from
give you.
him in
I'm gonna
Anger
give you.
Management? It was Sandman and Nicholson.
Yeah, and what's your name? from My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, Marissa Tomei.
Yes, that was Adam's wife in it, or wife to be, or something. And
Okay.
Nicholson took her. Like, he was. It was great, great movie, great movie.
Okay. So what are your
Great.
top three?
Okay, so obviously I got to go with Happy Gilmore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of, obviously, uh, Anger Management, and I'm gonna go with Big Daddy. Like, I mean, to me, that's. But Uncut Gems is really fucking good too. If you haven't seen that,
Jams.
that's a great movie, dude. That, like,
So
oh, crazy movie. Just,
okay, I haven't
oh,
seen it yet, but I've heard him talk about it on a podcast, and
you need to watch it. It's on Netflix.
yeah,
Get on that shit.
apparently it's like one of his crowning achievements as an
Dude, like,
actor.
and wasn't he didn't win anything for it either. And like, it was one of his best roles I've ever seen him play. Like,
Oh,
you just
that's sad.
anxiety the whole movie, man. The whole movie anxiety. I'm telling you. I'm
All right,
telling you.
all
It's
right.
oh, it's nuts. It's nuts.
I think that Sandler's had a spotty back side of his career, but then he's done some of his best work. Like
Yep.
Uncut Jams is one of my is one of the ones that I haven't seen it, but I would assume it's fantastic. They're saying it's his masterpiece, right? Or not his
Oh,
masterpiece, but
it's
one of his
so
best
good.
works. So Uncut
So
Gems
good.
is in the back end. That's my
Hmm.
boy.
That's my
That's my boy is hilarious. It
not my
smokes Billy Madison.
yeah,
Smokes Billy
yeah,
Madison.
it's better than Bill Madison. I'll give you that. Yep, absolutely.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's funny
The
because
cameos in it are great, man. The
yeah,
cameos in it are great.
oh, yeah. You still got the
Fuck.
5.0? See,
Yeah, dude.
I don't know what that means. You got the car or not? Wait, Uncle Vanny was Vanilla Ice? Nugget Pockets.
So what other ones do you
Yeah.
like then? Like,
Okay, so that's my boy is up there.
yep.
This is one of me and Terrence's movies. I love Wedding Singer.
Oh, buddy, yes,
Every
that is a
time I
good
see Wedding
one.
Singer, oh, it's
So
just
good.
the soundtrack is perfect.
So good, dude. I forgot about, like, oh,
Yeah.
so good.
The jokes are corny in the way that Adam Sandler can make them awesome.
Yes.
You know, what's his name? Carbone from Goodfellas is in it. He's married
Yes,
to
he is.
Sandler's sister. He's like, whoa, give it
Yeah,
to me. Whoa, whoa.
yeah, dude. Such a good movie.
So
I
Wedding
forgot about
Singer, that's my boy. And then it's tough because I love Happy Gilmore. I could probably do all the jokes in Happy Gilmore.
it. Oh
But
yeah.
then you got oh Jesus, what was it? The one where the
Oh,
one where
little Nicky.
no, not Little Nicky. Little Nicky was dog shit.
Trash.
Little Nicky was so bad. I don't know. I guess I'll go Happy Gilmore, Wedding Singer, and I guess that's my boy. But like he did
Okay.
other stuff too. Like Spanglish was supposed to be good.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, you know, there's
What was what was that one where he kept painting his apartment every day or every so often?
was it 51st? Not 51st Dates.
No, that was another good one actually. Sheesh. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
he
I didn't
apparently
mind that.
since his Netflix deal, he's made a couple of stinkers. Oh, Jack and Jill or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was trash.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Got to crack some eggs to
No,
make an omelet. You
but
know what
he's
I mean?
got that where he's like he plays a real serious role. His like wife and child had died, and he's painting the kitchen every day or something like that. He keeps going to the hardware store. He
Oh,
rides a push scooter, like a, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh, what's that called? It's got another guy in it who checks up on him every day. I don't know if the other guy's like a lawyer or
Oh,
something. I can't remember.
yeah. I believe it's called Rain Over Me.
It is Right Over Me. That's it. Right Over Me. That's the
Hmm.
one. That's the
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See, I haven't seen it, but Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle's the other guy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Don Cheadle's fantastic too.
Oh,
Yeah.
super good.
Do you feel like
Super.
Adam Sandler can stick around and still be like, can he still be funny? Because the type of funny he was when we fell in love with him is not the type of funny like we're gonna laugh at now. At least you or I. And then the average 12,
Yeah.
13-year-old isn't laughing at the same stuff we were laughing at. Billy
No,
Madison
see,
don't doesn't fly.
Oh, Adam Sandler comes from like a different era, right? Like that. Like, I mean, I feel like he hasn't really changed much, which is fine because I appreciate the way he is. But
Oh, Jada Pinkett was in Rain Over Me.
oh my God, she was. That's right. As if
This show's like The Sopranos. All the pieces fit. Everything's woven together. Like it's
yeah.
yeah. I spent 20 minutes shitting on Jada Pinkett Smith just so we could talk about how she's in the Adam Sandler film, which is I'm telling you,
Oh
great
man.
minds at work, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen
I think
you
his
ever
evolution is gonna be important because he could still be funny and more mature.
True. Like
Yeah.
I think he's gonna start doing maybe more roles like Uncut Gems.
Well,
Like
good.
more serious. Like, oh, you gotta watch that movie. Please watch it like
Mm.
this week, please.
All right, I'll do my
And then
best
I
to
want
get
to
to
hear
it.
back. I want to hear back next podcast on what you thought about that movie because it's good, man. It's good.
Absolutely, I will do
Yes.
that. I
Hmm.
want to see Adam Sandler in roles where he could play like he is a dad now, right? Like he's a dad with
Yes.
teenage kids.
Hmm.
So do a
I
coming
bet
of
you.
age teenage thing. Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, but he plays like a diamond hustler or something, right? He gambles and he owns a diamond
Yeah.
shop or something.
He owns a
Yeah.
jewelry. Yeah, he owns a jewelry store. Yep.
No, I mean something like American Pie-ish, where like it's about the kids, but then they check it with the dad every once in a while, and Adam Sandler just rips. Like he just, you know what I mean? Like he's got like a 90-second monologue where he just destroys the whole film, and it's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny people. I forgot about funny people.
Funny people. Why don't I remember that?
He gets sick with cancer,
Oh
and
yes,
he's a
I do.
stand-up comedian, and like
Remember?
Ray Romano's in it, and Eminem's in it, and RZA. I think RZA works with him at a shitty job
Guys
while he's
working
trying to
with you.
be. Yeah, that's way serious, and it's good.
Do you remember his Christmas movie, Eight Crazy Nights?
It's animated, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Cartoon.
I know
Yeah.
it's a thing, but I never actually watched it. Have you watched it?
So good. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Love that movie.
Mhm. So have a happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's a good one. I like it. It's really well. It's very Adam Sandler, man. Like really, really well done. I enjoyed it.
That's
Especially if you like this
fantastic.
kind of obviously.
Yeah. So, couple of tidbits to close on. My wife told me Britney Spears is pregnant.
What?
She just
No
got out of
way.
the conservatorship.
Holy,
She just got out of the conservatorship for after all these years, and
that's
now she's
crazy.
pregnant. She's apparently there's new music coming out. Britney Spears is back. Like
Good for
look at
her. I mean,
you
she
know.
went through some shit for a
Well, look
long
at the shit
time.
she had to go through when it was
Like
just TV and
crazy,
newspapers.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Imagine people talking about her like there would be actual professional newscasters and interviewers that have been in the business for years asking her about her boobs and shit in interview. She's 16. She's in Germany. She's like, what the fuck is happening around me? Like,
I mean, yeah.
yeah,
I wouldn't want to be in that spotlight, man, at that age doing what
yeah.
she
Well,
was doing.
imagine what Twitter would have did to her back then.
This is true. Yes,
You
this
know?
is very true.
Yeah. Britney Spears has had a run. She's had a rough run. Shaved
Yeah, no
head,
doubt,
smashing
man.
the car, married Kevin Federline. Like, like if you could sell scumbag in a bottle, it would smell like whatever he smells like. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Gets
perfect.
divorced from Britney, walks away with 45 million or something. This guy's 400 pounds playing golf every day, just laughing. Meanwhile, she has to take the pills or she gets yelled at by her dad or the lawyers that show up
Like,
every day or
not allowed to go on a walk, man. Not allowed to like go on a date with her boyfriend. Can't do nothing. Like just
yeah.
locked in her house. Crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. That's enough to make a person go crazy, man. No wonder she was
Exactly.
not.
And her whole family just ate off of her. Everybody got paid. The younger sister, the uncles, everybody fucking the guy who cuts the
Just
lawn, the
crazy.
guy who cuts her hair, the guy who cuts her dog's hair,
Yeah.
everybody was just making withdrawals out of Britney.
Unreal, man. You know
Yeah.
what? I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing that happened to Michael was going to end up happening to her if she didn't get rid of that, man. Just would have been
Well,
fed pills her whole life until she just dropped, man.
yeah. Well, oh yeah, she had to actually go through a forced IUD so she couldn't get pregnant.
Yep. Yep. She
Yeah.
was not allowed to have a child. She could not have a child. She was not allowed to.
That's rough going, man. Poor kid.
Couldn't like,
But
man.
hey, she's out. She's living the life that she's been, she should have been living this whole time. And
Hmm.
hey, let her, there's how many people in the world act reckless every day of their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
If she's
Yeah.
40 something years old,
Yeah. for sure. Like I
You know,
mean, just
let her live.
exactly. Let the girl live, man. Shit, shit, man.
Yeah,
Being locked up like that, that's insane. Nope, I would lose it. I would be batshit crazy too, man.
yeah.
For real.
So a couple of things. We want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. Uh, if
Yes.
you're not already following the Instagram, add us at Into the North.
Into
There's
the north.
there's not much
Yo,
there right now, but
what's that on your shirt you got
oh,
there?
this thing
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that right there. Yeah, what is that?
This is our official, our first official print for a T-shirt. So if you want to support the podcast, I don't know if you remember me mentioning how underfunded we are. Yeah, if you guys and girls want to support the podcast, you could order T-shirts. Comes in all
Yeah,
sizes. You know, hit
throw
us
us
up in
grab
the.
us a
We'll
message
set
and
up a link to get to a merch thing eventually, but
yeah.
until then, you
Mhm.
know, just hit us up. We're working on some other designs,
Yes.
and
More to come. More to come.
exactly,
Excited. Excited.
yeah, with some glasses, I think maybe,
Yeah, we'll see
so
what's going
you can
down.
share a beverage with us.
Sky's
Yeah,
the limit. We're good.
yeah.
Sky's the limit.
We just appreciate everybody. You know, if you get a shirt, cool. If you don't, cool. Like
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys. You know, spending your time with us. We're working
Yeah,
hard.
exactly.
We got
Thanks for
some
taking
big.
time out of your day to even watch this, people. Thank you.
Absolutely. We got some
Yeah.
big upgrades coming. We're making some big moves to try to make sure the podcast is better. We're working on some
Mm,
guests. We're actually reaching out to some guests that we probably won't get, but you know, got to try, right?
never know. Never know.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Absolutely.
Trust me. Yeah, and 420 is coming up. Do you want to do an Instagram live or do you want to do a themed podcast or what do you think?
Like the day of like the actual 420 day.
Well, I mean,
Well,
with modern
question.
technology, we could do one and then get back to it.
We can make it work. We can make it work.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can. Yep. Yep. We can
yeah.
make it work. Absolutely.
Yeah, and
I'm
we
down.
got a lot of stuff coming up for you know, more general theme things, and most importantly, my wife told me that girls probably won't listen to us because we don't represent for the ladies too much. We don't say too much stuff that, you know, the modern female wants to hear. So all our ladies, man, hit us up, slide into the
Just yet
DMs, and tell
comment.
us what we're doing wrong.
Let us know what you girls want to
Yeah,
hear, man. We're willing
yeah,
to talk about anything. We're down.
exactly. And then any ladies who are interested in, you know, maybe wanting to be a guest, hit us up. We want to make
Yes,
sure
for
this is
sure.
appealing for everybody. We're not just going to talk about sports and 9 of our friends are going to listen every week. Like, yeah, I like sports too.
No,
Yeah.
for sure, man. For sure.
So yeah, like, subscribe, share. We appreciate you guys very much. And
Very much.
once again, for Corey Chan, I'm Don the Jula. Say goodnight to the bad guys.
I'm out.
Peace.